Hello, my beautiful friends. It's Catherine Ewing here with another message from your Sacred Heart. It's 8:30 on Friday night after a long week, and I actually hadn't planned to do this evening, but when I was in one of my tapping groups this afternoon, someone mentioned how moved she was by the message from your Sacred Heart that I spoke. And I also sent it out in my email the other day. And she asked me if I would do another one. So this is for Marianne. And I hope that it touches the hearts of, hi Lynn, I hope that it touches the hearts of anyone who has the opportunity to listen. So as I generally do when I'm moving into doing a live, especially one that has some real heart energy, I like to shift my energy from the busyness, the busy work that I've been doing. And I do that by just using my tingshaws and allowing the sound frequency to just move through the space. And just begin to clear any dense energy that may be in my field, just in the field around me, or perhaps you'll even notice this moving through your own body as it begins to settle and align your system, your vagus nerve, and bring you just a little more present. So as I mentioned the other night, a couple of years ago, I was doing some writing, and over a period of a week or so, I just received these messages, and they just said they were from my Sacred Heart. So I wrote them down, and I was guided the other night to start to share them with all of you. And really in no particular order. The one that I'm going to share now, though, that I just sort of picked out of the group, feels so relevant. I think they're all relevant for the time that we're in, but this one even more so relevant for the time that we're in, and also for the message that I've been sharing consistently through this when I talk about, the sort of the going into the silence and finding the opportunities in this sort of chaotic situation where there might be a slowing down, a quieting, to take advantage of that and go into the silence, go into a place of introspection, reflection, review, whatever you want to call it. And I've likened it, to the caterpillar creating the cocoon, or the nymph shifting its form and coming out of its skeletal outer shell to become the dragonfly. So really all of these images of transformation in nature that we see, where there really has to be a dying to the old self in order for something new and beautiful and a higher expression to be to come into manifestation. Even the acorn that has to get broken and smashed into the ground. Hey, Sheila, look at you with your mask on, that has to be smashed into the ground before it can grow into the oak tree, right? So we all have what I call, and I'm sure I got this from, someone else. They weren't my words. I can't remember who it was. Hi, Suzette. But the imaginal cells, right? The highest expression, the blueprint, the divine blueprint of who we are as spiritual and energetic beings is already present within us. And it's really a matter of, like a sculptor breaks away the part of the rock, or that's not the image, that's not the statue, right? It takes away what it is not, so that it can reveal what it is. And I believe that's the process that we go through our entire lives, if we're awake, of letting go of the parts of us that are not really the truth of who we are at our spiritual and energetic level. So we've got a few people on now. I'm just gonna go ahead and read this message from your Sacred Heart. So if you want to put your hand over your heart, if you want to close or lower your eyes, just to sort of change your own energetic state a little bit, so that you can feel into this instead of listening to it with your mind. Really listen from your heart, right? Lean in with the ear of your heart, Hi, Rosa. And this, I titled this, Call It Forth. And I have to read it, so don't mind if I'm turning my head a little bit. So dear beloved one, listen. I am whispering your holy name. I am calling you into the silence to sit with me, excuse me, and open to yourself. My call may not come through sound, so do not turn your attention outside of yourself, hoping to hear a celestial voice. Instead, turn your attention inward, ever deeper into the truth of you, into the heart of you, into the silence. I may call you through a slight sensation, perhaps a feeling of being off, not quite yourself, or through some pain or discomfort in your physical body that is in need of your loving attention, or perhaps through a wisp of a memory or an emotion that holds a deep well of sadness or grief or shame. Be still. Be curious. Lean in. What is calling to you in this moment? Is there a young aspect of you, an event, an experience, or a situation that is ready to come forth from the shadows to be healed? Do not be afraid. Call forth the very thing that has been hidden. Doing so will set you free. For in calling it forth from the shadows, with curiosity and compassion, you have already begun healing work of the highest order. You are held in the arms of Spirit, and you are blessed. All love, your Sacred Heart. So just sit for a moment in the silence. Allowing that message and the vibrational frequency that is carried in it to move through your mind and your body and your spirit, to land in your Sacred Heart. Perhaps to open up something inside of you that is calling out for your loving attention. And then taking time, perhaps this evening, perhaps in the days to come, to sit with whatever it is that may have bubbled up, or if something didn't bubble up, tonight. Perhaps it will come when you least expect it. Or if you sit down in meditation or prayer or journaling. Just holding the question, what within me is desiring to be called forth? What is wanting to be released from the shadows? What would set me free? Just allowing those questions to float in the ethers. And just be open to whatever might come to you. It might be a physical sensation, it might be words, it might be an image or a vision. And then just allow yourself to be curious about that. And there we have it. So thank you for being here with me and for sharing these few minutes on a Friday evening. Please feel free to leave any comments or if you have any questions, and I will respond after this is posted. So thank you again. We'll just close with a little sound from the Tingshaws. And I send you blessings of health and peace, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Namaste.